a whopping 3,928% growth in his total income. This is what the Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption has said in its latest FIR against former AIADMK Minister SP Velumani, who is also the strong man in the western regions of Tamil Nadu. Ever since the DMK government came to power, at least 5 AIADMK ministers have come under the DVAC scanner, and one among them is SP Velumani, who has been raided twice by the DVAC, one in connection with handing over multi-crore government projects to his kith and kin. Another case is of a disproportionate assets. I'm Shabbir Ahmed, and I'll tell you how a small-time contractor from Coimbatore went on to become a cabinet minister and made a fortune for himself. In 1991, SP Velumani registered as a small-time contractor with the Coimbatore Corporation. In the year 1999, along with his brother SP Anbarasan, he floated a company called P. Sendil & Co., which later obtained projects from Coimbatore Corporation. In 2001, SP Velumani took active plunge into politics and contested local body elections and went on to become the chairman of Kuniyamuttur municipality. In 2006, he contested elections for Tamil Nadu Assembly in AIADMK ticket and became an MLA from Perur constituency, which is now known as Thondamuttur. From then onwards, there was no stopping SP Velumani. In 2011, luck favored the man and he went on to become a cabinet minister in late AIADMK Supremo J. Jayalalitha's government. From 2011 till 2014, he was in and out of cabinet. And in 2014, once again, he was made the local administration minister, and from then onwards, he held the portfolio till 2021. And in 2016, after the demise of AIADMK chief J. Jayalalitha, it was free for all in the AIADMK party as well as in the government. SP Velumani went on to play a crucial role in the Kuvattur drama that unfolded in Tamil Nadu for several days, and in fact, he played a crucial role in backing Edappadi Palaniswamy as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. The political growth of SP Velumani was proportional to the growth of his business empire that was managed by his close aides and family members. Sendil & Co., a company that is managed by SP Anbarasan, SP Velumani's brother, saw a spike in getting contracts from Coimbatore Corporation after he became the local administration minister. There were several other companies that cropped up during the course of SP Velumani held the portfolio of local administration. In fact, companies like KCP Engineering, Vardhan Infrastructure, Constronics India, Constromall Goods Private Limited, Alayam Foundation, all these companies were a known name in the business circles of Tamil Nadu, so much so that they were identified as a Coimbatore syndicate or a Kovai syndicate. This time around, the entire syndicate came under the DVAC scanner, including 2 top police officers and several other government servants. According to Tamil Nadu government sources, the clearance was given at the highest level to conduct searches and to see to what extent there was involvement of government servants in this matter. So how did this syndicate operate? Take for example the case of Sendil & Co. It's a well-known fact that the company was managed by SP Velumani's brother SP Anbarasan. Despite a clear case of conflict of interest, the company kept getting multi-crore government projects from Coimbatore Corporation. And according to sources, the files and payments related to the company were cleared in no time. Similarly, the documents you see on your screen, this is a tender document from the year 2018 by Chennai Corporation for appointment of paramedical staff and support staff and other technicians. If you look at this document, 3 companies have placed their bids. One is Vardhan Infrastructure, KCP Engineers and Constronics India Private Limited. Similarly, there is also another tender document from the year 2018 for appointment of 64 medical officers at various facilities in Chennai Corporation, and this tender has gone to Vardhan Infrastructure. And look at the companies that have placed their bid: Vardhan Infrastructure, KCP Engineers and Falcon Security Services. Now, when I started investigating it, on paper it all looks legit. The Tender Transparency Procedures or Act is being followed. There is more than one company that are placing their bids. There is a tender inviting authority. Enough time is given. Their bids are being looked into, and their financial bid and technical bid is also being looked into, and after that tenders are being awarded. And the procedure is something which has been followed here. If you look at it from this point of view, on paper it all looks good. But when I started investigating the story, I wanted to know the ownership of these companies. Who are the people who are behind these companies? And that's when I stumbled upon proof which clearly suggested that these companies, Vardhan Infrastructure, KCP Engineers, Constronics India, all of them had family members. So for example, in this case, if you take KCP Engineers, it's a company which had Rajan Chandrasekhar as a director. He resigned in the year 2016. But Rajan Chandrasekhar is a close confidant of SP Velumani. He is also the Rural Youth Wing Secretary of the AIADMK in Coimbatore. And he is also the printer and publisher of Namadu Amma, the mouthpiece of AIADMK. There is another director called Chandra Prakash, who is managing the day-to-day affairs of this company, an engineer by profession. And when I started looking into the documents, I figured out that KCP Engineers director Chandra Prakash's mother is Sundari, who is the proprietor for Vardhan Infrastructure. And after that, if you look at the ownership of Constronics India, one of the independent directors in this company, Uma Maheshwari, is the wife of Chandra Prakash, who is again the director of KCP Engineering. So people from one family are part of these three companies, and these three companies place bids for one tender, out of which two gets rejected and one company gets the project. So this is how this cartel, the syndicate, has been operating as far as getting tenders from Tamil Nadu government. And this is a clear case of conflict of interest. This is a clear violation of the Tamil Nadu Tender Transparency Act. And in fact, the DVAC FIR clearly says from the time of placing bids till the time the tender process is completed, all norms are being violated for giving tenders to these companies. That most of the bids that were placed by these companies, Vardhan Infrastructure, KCP Engineers or Constronics India, they were all from the same IP address. For example, two companies who are placing bids for this particular project, both of them will upload their bids online and from the same computer. And whether it was the same person who was uploading the bids, whether he had prior information as to which company is quoting how much, all this is a clear violation. So they had inside information about which are the projects that are coming up. They had an idea which are the projects that they need to bid, which are the projects that they need to get their contracts, and how to, quote the lowest amount. So if three companies that had a common link are applying for one project, are placing bids for one project, it's very easy for them to know what the other company is quoting. And the lowest amount will be quoted by one company, and that company will get the project. So this is how the syndicate was operating, and it's clear in a form of a document that several of these bids were uploaded from similar IP addresses. And if you look at the financials of these companies, it's clear that these companies have made huge amount of profits. For example, Sendil & Co., which had a turnover of 7.68 crores in the financial year 2012 and 2013, it doubled up somewhere in the year 2018 and 2019. This is a whopping 112% growth. Similarly, for KCP Engineers, the company's turnover jumped from 42.54 crores in 2012 and 2013 to rupees 453.92 crores in the year 2018 and 2019, which is again a 967.04% jump. The growth of this company is massive. Varadan Infrastructure, their turnover in the financial year 2012 and 2013 was 2.02 crores, and in the year 2018 and 2019 it is phenomenal, which is 66.72 crores. The growth percentage is somewhere around 3202.90% according to the DVAC FIR. Constronics India, again, the turnover in financial year 2015 and 16 was 0.86 crores and it reached 42.11 in 2017 and 2018. 42.11 crores in 2017 and 2018, which is again a whopping 4,796.50%. The list just goes on. There are several companies who have obtained projects in different parts of the state, and all these companies have made huge amount of money. And these are profits, turnovers that these companies have made, and definitely this has raised several questions. The DVAC believes that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Even as the probe continues, anti-corruption activists raise a pertinent question. What is the involvement of bureaucrats in this alleged scam? Can a syndicate operate without the knowledge of these IAS officers? There are several IAS officers who have served in the local administration department for a very long time. What was their role? Why did they turn a blind eye to this alleged scam that was taking place right under their noses? And who is responsible for loss to exchequer? And who is responsible for this entire scam? That's the big question. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel and also become a member of the News Minute and support independent journalism.